All right. Let me know we're live on YouTube.
We are live.
We're live on YouTube?
We're live on YouTube.
Okay.
So funny.
Oh, it's just a great day. I'm still a little sore, but I feel great. Oh, do I feel great?
It's helped your neck a little bit?
So great. Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, it was just,
I'll handle it.
It was, though. It was.
Oh. Oh, the bigger pussy, KMarko or that Ted Sarandis guy. But that's a day. We don't have time for that today. We don't have to. Today's not a day for that.
We haven't talked about that enough. It's only been 20 days now.
We haven't celebrated me enough around here lately. First of all, you are talking to the captain.
Congratulations.
The number one trivia team on earth this morning.
Bravo.
Thank you. An easy win over I guess, I love Dan, but I guess it's just a Barstool symptom of just from KMarko to Stephen Che to Dan just bitching. I mean, you took your loss.
Yeah.
Deal, you fucking lost. By the way, we played like shit. We scored, 13 points? We didn't play well. I missed a golf question.
It was rough.
Yeah. I mean,
there was a lot of, and people accuse you of this. It's not this answer, is it? There was a lot of that from your teammates, I felt like.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
We struggled.
That sort of
meanwhile, we put up 13 points. We could have up 17, 18 points. We didn't play well. We're the number one seed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this right now on YouTube. Play it back at me. You have your moment in the sun if you want. We are not losing another fucking game. We will not lose that crown, and we're going to be the number one fucking team, and we're going to win the title. We are winning the title.
I'll write it down.
Yeah. And I mean, we beat two guys. I don't even know the other guy, the fucking rapper guy. He didn't show up.
I heard his voice.
Fucking zero. Sat there with his mouth open the whole time like a shithead. Where's all that shit talk you hear? People, you said talk shit about me all the time, and you hear one fucking word.
No, I did not hear that.
But that doesn't matter anyway. We routed them. So I'm not even going to give them a rematch until they fucking just apologize for their bitching.
Well, if I can
Dan
defend...
Katz, you may not. Dan Katz, I suppose a friend of mine, though he never really took my side in the whole KMarko thing. But that's fine. I don't hold a grudge. He's known KMarko a long time. And KMarko's a really good guy, so I don't blame him. And we should call maybe we'll call KMarko today because he wants people to... Nobody reached out to him over the past year.
That is true.
We should do more of that.
Do you think he meant you specifically?
I don't know that. I work at the company.
We should find out.
We both work at the company.
Yeah.
He's still getting paid the same as getting paid before.
Right.
Not to work.
Why
No one at any point had my back on anything.
Shut up.
He's going to make more money.
Fuck up, you asshole. And Stephen Che, who I was getting along with, they're fucking bitching. You fucking lost. You lost.
I got to defend Stephen
When I lose, I don't bitch. And we lose games. I choked in the playoffs last year. You can ask Jeff D'Lo, the commissioner, and fellow mental health struggler.
Yes.
When I lose, I don't say, "Oh, this was a mispronunciation." And we played fucking Casey Smith last year. She cheated her fucking balls off.
Right.
We fucking played. We won.
There were some
whatever.
accusations lobbed at the time.
Lobbed. They were done. Done.
Right.
And then you got we had some other game last year. Frank the Tank. They cheated in that game. We lost. I said that we lost playoffs. I hate Hank.
Sure.
It reminds me of to swing by his grandmother's grave and take a shit on it. I haven't done that lately.
Oh, boy.
God, I hate all three of those guys on Pardon My Take now.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, I hate
PFT.
Hank and Dan, who is, not accepting a lot.
Are you upgrading it to hate with Dan?
Currently, I think right now we're in a bad spot.
Okay.
Because he's pro KMarko.
Yeah.
And is bitching about this trivia. Very disappointed. I mean, he's a friend.
I honestly, I need to wash my ears out because it's still going. I'm
going to get yelled at.
I'll just say this. If you guys don't know mind games, I read that Wickersham book. I played those guys like a fucking fiddle.
You did.
Belichick 101.
The American Idol thing was tough.
The sound was mine.
Yeah.
The sound came from me.
Really?
Yes. The sound came from me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You on a phone?
Nope, but I had something right next to my computer that I could tell right away was the issue.
Right.
And I never changed it because I knew it fucked with them, number one.
All right. Fan with a baseball card.
And number two, the American Idol. I mean, mine, like Big Pussy says, very good shot. I'm mind fucking these jockeys like you wouldn't believe.
It was impressive.
This information, it's a fucking ace, Tony. It's a fucking ace.
Stephen Che does, however, I will defend him because I think he may... I don't want to lob any accusations myself, but there may be a condition that would cause him to know a lot of facts,
right?
But also get hyper-focused on one thing and not be able to move off.
I understand that.
I suspect he may have that.
I understand that, but listen, this isn't, this is the major leagues.
Right, I understand.
I like Stephen Che, and I like Dan. I do like Dan. And I don't have any, I'm kidding about Ronan. I have no issue with them, but move on. They're still talking about it today.
I saw.
Otto Porter Jr.?
You should have said Junior.
That's what they're bitching about?
Otto Porter was his father.
So if they said, who set the major league, who broke Lou Gehrig's record? And I said Cal Ripken. they would say that's wrong.
What, are you an idiot?
I mean, come on.
He barely played.
And Henry Cavill or Cavill, I said their name. Dan said the wrong name.
Yeah.
That'd be like if he said, it's the same as if he said Jeff Lowe. It's a wrong name. It's close.
Jeff Lowe would be accepted, I think. No?
No, I'm saying instead of Don Terry, whatever, like he got the name wrong.
Oh, I see.
Got the name wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
What about the dollar rental car thing, though?
Irrelevant. We said dollar.
Yeah, I wonder if he should have had dollar.
You know what? In
rent-a-car.
retrospect, I guess he probably, and then we would have won by 3 points.
Yeah.
Like
You're
whatever.
right.
Like I didn't, and I was being gallant. I didn't want to up the score. I was being classy too. I shouldn't have been. I should have gone full Belichick. Stepped in their throats. Sent a message. They're not getting. By the way, I'm now the commissioner of this thing essentially because now I've always been waiting to get to power and get to number one. Now that I'm number one, I run this fucking league.
Yeah.
And whoever we'll go one by one who calls their shots. If they want a shot at the title, if I say yes, they get it. If I say no, they're pissing into the wind. That includes Robbie Fox, who's on the team. There's two guys I hate in that team. I hate Robbie Fox and I hate Coley Mick.
Okay.
Oh, I don't hate Coley Mick as much as I did say 12 hours ago. I have to take back my he's the worst editor. But anyway, so that was a huge win. Huge win for trivia. Great day. Huge win for trivia. I'm already feeling good. The Astros, my Astros, putting up a 7 spot in the 9th against, talk about, again, whether it's Dan Katz, whether it's Stephen Shea, who again we'll put an asterisk next to because he obviously has some issue, which, by the way, when it ends, when the trivia ends, and believe me, I know why you're all here today, and we're going to get to it. Trust me, we're going to get to it in a minute. When the trivia ends, everyone kind of signs off. It's like, all right, see you later. Goodbye. For some reason, it was just me and Steven on there. And he was like, I don't know how I got the BJ Raji question wrong. He's like, I wrote down every top 10 pick and I studied them on note cards for the past couple of days. And I was like, same thing with golf, man. I don't know. And we just kind of looked at each other for like 30 seconds. I was like, well, good game.
The thing is, there were an amount of toothpicks on the floor, and you were both saying different numbers, and it didn't compute.
Well, the Shingo Kadiyama question, when they asked me the question about the Japanese golfer who just missed out in the 2009 playoff.
I was surprised you didn't have that.
Well, Shingo Kadiyama, I believe is his name, was really good like 10 years before that. He was 5-0 in the 98 President's Cup, and he contended, as you know, Mike, the year that David Toms won the PGA, which I believe was in 01.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, in my head, it was in there for a second, but I thought that was 10 years ago. And the whole time, the 09 Masters, Kenny Perry bogeyed the last 2 holes to get in the playoff with Cabrera, who won. But the other thing about that tournament was Tiger and Phil played together like a half hour ahead of the leaders and went crazy for a while. So I was like, it wasn't Kadiyama, I thought obviously it's not Matsuyama. He's way too young. And I thought maybe Ryo Ishikawa, but I knew he never had a run. So the whole time I'm thinking, who am I forgetting? So I got over it.
It's fascinating to get a behind the scenes in the
Well,
process.
that's what I'm here for. I'm a little amped up today.
Well, before you go on, can I just ask you one thing about the dozen from last night?
Yeah.
Brandon Walker.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I think you were sandbagged a little bit there.
So he denied it when I talked to him. But hey, so I'll tell you who's, and this can happen, they get emotional. Barstool Pat is not happy with Brandon Walker right now.
I can imagine.
Not happy with Brandon.
Yeah.
Rat fuck on these texts. Fuck him. There's another guy in the team who's...
It's hard to disagree.
Another guy, I'm not going to say who it is. Another guy in the team who's threatening to make him a fucking corpse.
Well,
that's all I'm going to say.
He's a bit of a loose wire.
That's all I'm going to say.
Now, does Jeff D'Lo, if Brendan Walker was in on writing the questions, Jeff would tell
He would
you.
not, yeah. I have no problem. That's gamesmanship. He doesn't like our team.
He's part of the Yak, is he not? I don't know if he still is.
Yeah, he's friends with those guys. And he doesn't want, he knows what happens when I get to the top.
Right.
So he fucked us over. I respect that. We reached out to him. He didn't know his dick.
Yeah, it was right after it's a bit of a bad move. Because then Brendan, he's like, hey, I got to help my guys here. You know?
I'm okay with it. We were desperate. We made a call. We won't do it again. We learned our lesson. Didn't stop us. So the Astros put up a 7 spot. And this germ of bitchiness goes to Jared Carabas, whether it's Dan, Stephen Shea, KMarko, bitching about this fucking call. There was a ball, by the way. And like they scored 7 runs after. They're fucking bitching about all these Red Sox fans bitching and moaning about this fucking call. Let me tell you something, Red Sox fans. Okay, another guarantee: your season is over. You are not winning another game. It's done. The Astros win today. We go back to Minute Maid and we are fucking celebrating on Friday. I would guess Thursday's an off day for travel.
I would think.
I would assume.
Yeah, the series is over. It's done. You're fucking done.
No.
Done. You could be, Jared Remy might as well go to your house. That's how done you are.
It's a scary
It is
prospect.
over. Over. Jared Carabas with his, hey, Kyle from Waltham, you fucking bullfish. Shut the fuck up, you fucking bitch.
I still don't get it.
It's
I know it
over.
was explained last night,
It's
but I still
over.
don't get the
It's
Waltham joke.
over, you 4'8" roided up bitch boy. Go away. Fucking leave me alone. Stop begging to come on the show and leave me alone.
Oh, he's been denied.
80-90 texts a day.
I see.
Never ends. Now you know I love Jared, but like, what the fuck is he bitching about?
What does he want? Robot umps or something?
I saw that. Yeah, I know he's joking around, but like, that was a ball. Fucking ball.
That's how I saw it.
Thank you.
I've umpired.
Exactly.
I've umpired a big matchup. So
What was that?
Hank versus Portnoy.
Oh, there you go.
I was a.
I'm sure you get called to do that. I'm sure you get called to do that today.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I'll
So-
tell you, I like him today.
Oh, I love him. I love him. All right, so let's get
We
to it.
are getting a call from Big Cat at the moment.
Oh, all right, put on.
Perhaps he's watching live.
Let's see. Let me put him to the board. There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? I don't really want to talk. I'm kind of sad today. I don't really want to talk right now.
Oh, this is what you're doing? Oh man.
Well, I thought you said you couldn't
I
talk
just wa-
today.
I said I had from 9 to 9:30
Well, okay.
because I have
It's,
7 shows doing,
okay, it's 10
and
o'clock.
then
and they
I
have
saw
shows.
you.
Puffing out his
I
chest.
saw
a
you.
little bit.
I saw you digging out replies to a guy who said I didn't know who I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I said the name wrong. I always screw up their names.
Well, but
I actually agree with.
But
I
my
agree
point,
with
but my
Jeff's
point is,
decision.
but my point is, you could have said Dave Cullinane, and that would have been as wrong as the answer you gave. You gave the wrong name. It's the wrong name.
Right. Will you let me finish? Will you let me finish?
Jesus, this is fine. Fine, go ahead.
Will you let me
Heard him
finish?
like this.
Go
My
ahead.
point is,
Uh-huh.
I was wrong. I didn't argue. I told Steven to stop arguing during the game.
Mhm.
My point was that one person who I replied to was basically like, you didn't know what you were talking about. I obviously knew who I was talking
I'm not sure I agree
about.
with
Like,
that.
I knew the answer.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I knew the answer. I said the name wrong. I always, like, if I could go back, we had like a play-by-play that's going on inside the hamster wheel of my brain.
Okay.
As I'm answering it, I'm actually saying to myself, you always screw up Mike D'Antoni and Mark D'Antonio. Don't screw this up. And I was like, who's the more Italian one? It's the NBA coach. But it's actually the
I don't like you bringing
Michigan
my
State coach.
ethnicity.
Well,
in
what?
this.
Yeah, yes, but I would just say it seems like, and again, what do I know? I'm only the leader of the #1 trivia team in the world. But
Congrats.
it seems to me that there's still between you and Steve. It seems like this is a day or two later. A lot of turmoil and bitching, and it's just like you got to move. You got to tell Steve
No.
you got to move forward. Otto Porter is Otto Porter. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I told him that during the show.
All right.
I said stop bitching. I told him to stop bitching during the show. We lost. We played a
He
terrible
did say
game.
that. He put
So
on a
you
brave
guys
face
played
for
a
a few
good
minutes.
game.
Yeah, we played just okay.
Yeah, we did.
We just played okay.
Well, you also, I mean, you had help because Pat might have, Googled something. during the-
I've seen this. This idea that Pat
No.
is
I
cheap.
have too. I
Yeah,
have too. I don't.
Yep.
Listen. I think cheating is bad for the league, so I'm never going to accuse anyone.
Look,
of
if you want to
I just know that-
resort to homophobia,
No.
that's up to you.
No.
I'm not participating in that.
Someone with that many wrong answers can't possibly be.
You don't think Pat knows Dancing with the Stars? He's gay. Oh, wait a minute, that's
listen,
homophobic.
You know what those
Damn
people
it, that's
are.
homophobic. Shit.
Prancing around as he watches.
The guy's a rock. The guy's a leader. The guy's the emotional leader of this team. Now, this is the difference. I'm able now to balance these egos, whether it's Rico or Pat, and I'm putting together a championship team. Are we perfect? No. We played a good, solid game. Not a great game. Not a great game. Not a great. Everybody seemed like they were, ironically, kind of underwater during the whole thing. It seemed like nobody really could get their rhythm going.
Yeah, I also think that you complained about the time beforehand. I complained about the time beforehand. I think we got to maybe play an afternoon game. But more than anything, I'm actually happy that you guys beat us and beat us the way you did, because it's a lot of self-reflection going on with Team Yak, and we're going to figure some things out. We're too loose with it. We were giving answers away half the time.
A lot of that. There was a lot of
jokes.
that. Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Yeah, making jokes, chit-chatting, arguing. So we're going to tighten it up. It was an embarrassing performance from us. I do agree with Jeff's decision. I got that question wrong. I just wanted it clear that in my head, I know who I'm talking about, because there's a coach who I know who I'm talking about. So
it seems like a very passionate hill for you to die on, that you're going to get we all believe you. I believe you. Why is he more Italian?
Extra
Because
vowel.
the O. Yeah, the O.
I
What are you talking
thought
about?
you meant like he looks like
Yeah.
he has like a mustache like on the pizza box. Like he looks more Italian.
He's reduced my people
Well,
to vowels.
Mike D'Antoni does have a mustache.
Right.
No, wait, no, I just screwed up again. Yeah, Mike D'Antoni has the mustache. He coached in Italy.
Correct.
So I'm thinking in my head, he's the more Italian one. He's the D'Antonio, and Mark D'Antoni is the Michigan State coach. So yeah, I will fuck that up for the rest of my life.
The other thing, Pat is leading on our team chat. And our team chats. We're trying to get our chemistry going. We chat constantly. Our team. Pat is livid at Brandon Walker, who thinks he sabotaged that answer. My response to that is, that's on us. We asked him a question. If he wants to tell us to go fuck off and sabotage, he can do that all day. I have no problem with that.
So I don't think he did, because I asked him afterwards, and he said he was embarrassed that he didn't know. And once he Googled it, he was like, "How did I not know that?"
But even if he did,
So
but you know what I'm saying though. Even if he did, that's gamesmanship. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, that is to go. Yeah, I mean, if you have a rivalry with Brandon, why wouldn't he do that?
Right. I have no issue with that. Did you watch? Did you watch KMarko with Dave?
I have not yet.
Okay.
So I got
Surprised.
to.
I don't even have a big answer.
We're gonna talk about it. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Oh, you're going to talk about it?
Yeah, we decided. Yes, we decided to talk. Well, we decided
when I saw the obviously trivia was at 7 p.m. And again, I want to give you credit for an all-time move with the what was it, American Idol? You got me very, very good on that, and I was like, fuck. Sometimes you get beat, and you're just like, you know what? There's nothing I can do about it. You just got me. So trivia goes at 7. You become the number one team, and then KMarko's episode drops at 8, and it's like this was Kirk Minihane's you were like Sting orgasming for 3 hours last night. Yeah.
Trudy Styler, going back to the American Idol thing, I contend that if there was not a Monday Night Football game going on at the time, you would have. I would say you would not have fallen for that.
Oh, distraction.
Yeah, I think
maybe,
so.
but I also, it was good. It was too much. That was a learning experience, because that was one of those situations where I look back and I'm like, we were just too willy-nilly. We were just kind of throwing stuff out there and not being organized. So, it was a great move.
All right, go do. What do you got? Like 10 college football shows or something?
Yeah, 15 college football shows and then 12 pro football shows.
Were you flying anywhere this weekend or no?
Yeah, we're flying to Denver tomorrow.
Oh.
And then Indiana on Friday.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah, is that where the concert's going to be?
Yeah.
I never get invited. I never get invited to these things, by the way.
Oh, that's sad.
You're always invited. You're always invited.
Yes. Well, last time I said that, you then forced me to go to the Super Bowl, so I probably shouldn't mention it.
Yes, you will be at the Super Bowl this year in LA. I'm excited.
Oh, that I can promise you is not happening.
Yes. No. Yeah, you will be. I can promise you.
Don't.
You will be.
Is that your American Idol revenge?
Yeah. We set up a live action week-long case role play. So we have it's like a fantasy camp. We have 100 diehard fans coming out, and they're going to try to solve a case.
A murder mystery dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like one of those escape rooms.
Yeah.
It's that, but for the entire city of LA. So it's going to be great, fantastic. It's going to be awesome.
Not as good as the idea I had, which is just certain things where there's inconsistency in the media, and you pick out which is more inconsistent. The fan yells at it.
I like that.
Well, if that was
a new video game,
just tell me this: what if it was Trump? What if it was Trump?
Imagine if we had a new video game, Hypocrite or Not, the Kirk Minihane,
That's all I'm asking for. Just me on the cover with my arms out, that's all I'm asking for.
Every answer is hypocrite. I know to win the money.
That's all I want. All right.
Just a little consistency. All right.
Go do your shows. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Good game. Bye.
Good game. Congratulations. Dan Katz. Well, I don't hate him anymore. Fine.
Excellent. I did enjoy your new team name, by the way. Unless I misheard this because
What's
the
that?
audio was a little poor. I believe you referred to your squad as Simon, Garfunkel, and Pat at one point.
Yes. I'm Simon.
I had a feeling you might be. Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the. I'll do a read in 1 second, but I will say Dan brought up a good point during the match, which I should have said to him. Rico is the master of say something.
Yeah.
And Rico's he'll do like that question.
Oh, that's what I was referring to. Yeah.
He's good. He's like, well, maybe it's but yeah, I think you're right, Skip.
Hey, boss, it might be the Royals. I was thinking that.
The real amazing thing is I knew who Otto Porter was.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that.
I didn't even know how I knew that.
Nicely done.
Yeah. And there's a lot of accusations that Pat cheated on that. That's stupid.
Oh, did Rico say Otto Porter first or no?
I said no. I
You
said
said that
Otto something, and then
Okay.
he said yeah.
All right.
Because I probably wouldn't have remembered Otto Porter.
All right, that's
But people are
teamwork.
saying that Pat cheated on the Dancing with the Stars. That's stupid. He didn't do
It
that.
seems like something he'd know.
I thought that
as
was,
Dave was telling me earlier.
At least since I've been here, I thought that was the hardest dozen trivia I've ever consumed, and I've consumed all of them.
The questions?
I thought those were
Yeah,
the
they were
hardest
tough.
questions.
They were tough, but they're two good teams. I mean, again,
That Masters question, like he is spending a significant
Well, that's
amount of
what- that's
time
what somebody-
to beat you down.
That's what'll snap Jeff D'Lo.
somebody.
And he texted me that before Sacco, like how much he said I will come up with the questions for the Sacco video because of how much joy he actually has in creating questions for you.
He was very happy. I think every team we've played has missed the the expert question. That's the first one I've missed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Jeff D'Lo's suicide note will contain Bruce lyrics and
Good.
Masters.
the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Well, good. All right. Well, Trifecta. All right. So we're still on YouTube, right?
Yep.
All right. Hang on. So we'll get to the real. So thanks to Dan, who we do love, and you guys know I love Jared. I hate Robbie Fox.
Sure,
But
I suppose.
Oh, Jared's great. He loves his team. What are you gonna do? He has a new jacket.
I understand.
And Kyle from Waltham. I
That's
don't
very
get that.
funny.
But I thought about this too this morning. I was running this Kyle from Waltham thing.
Yeah.
Like, how arrogant it would be for our show to make fun of another show for some reference that we don't get.
That's
That's our whole show.
okay.
Like,
You know what? That's bringing me back down to earth.
I hear that from other people all the time. Like, what the fuck does? I'm like, well, you don't listen to the show. So I'm sure that's
That's
something
a good
within the
point.
show. My good friends at section, is that section 10? That show?
Yes. Yeah.
Who's on that? Jared.
Jared.
Yeah.
Holy Mick.
Here we go, Astros. Here we go. Harry Minihane referred to them, I think, under his breath as the assholes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Was he disciplined for that?
Just two words: Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
He's got one
Good,
testicle
good.
left.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, yeah, we don't need him reproducing. All right, where do we go? Oh, Trifecta. Okay. Again, you don't have to suffer to eat healthy. Okay. You go to Trifecta Nutrition. The best plan for you. Science-backed nutrition. All of Trifecta's meals follow scientific nutritional principles. Food quality is their priority. Fresher food, farm to fork supply chain. Never frozen organic produce, fully cooked food. No time wasted cooking or cleaning. Just heat and get healthy. Shop meal plans. And you save 40% off with my name, Kirk. Kirk. At TrifectaNutrition.com. 40% off. You look better. You feel better. It doesn't have to be one of these insane, crazy diets that Mike's on right now. You don't need to do one of those things. You go to Trifecta Nutrition. You're a little slimmed down, actually, Mike.
I don't buy it.
No?
Don't butter me up here to tear me down.
I'm being serious. I'm not saying you look slim. But you look,
thank you.
Have you lost a few pounds?
I don't weigh myself enough to know. Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe from your angle.
What's a?
It's not great over here.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Coming from Colin. Trifectanutrition.com, okay? Mike could use it. You guys out there, we've seen the Minifans at these soccer shows. You guys could definitely use it. 40% off with code Kirk at trifectanutrition.com. So Mike texted us yesterday. Mike Geary, just always thinking
I'm on
about
the
show.
beat. I'm on the KMarko beat.
For you people on YouTube right now, if you can do both at the same time, okay? Maybe you're watching on your computer at work or something. Who knows? Go to patreon.com/Blind Mike Project. Is that right or no?
Thank you.
/Blind Mike.
/Blind Mike.
/Blind Mike.
Thank you.
/Blind Mike and subscribe. Because this man, without this text, we would have never, who would have known?
I had a
this?
feeling.
Who would have known?
So I texted it to you 4 minutes after it came out, and I suspected I might have been the
I didn't know.
eighth or ninth
No,
guy.
that was like 3 o'clock yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I actually did not know.
1 or something.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so that happened. So Colin, of course, because, he can't help himself, is like, Kirk, you know what? Text me. You know what? I get inside the Barstool. I'll get this. I'll get this.
really?
I'll get
really?
the sound to you before it comes up.
That
Don't you worry. About
That was not the tone.
It didn't happen.
That wasn't what I was going.
That was pretty impressive.
It is impressive that he texted.
Just
me,
even the
yes.
offer, yeah.
Yeah,
That
right.
wasn't the tone, and that actually wasn't why I did what I did. It was more about the personal side. If you could get it earlier, maybe it would help you in your daily routine, whatever.
Let
Yes.
me see. I could probably grab the Portnoy pod before post night if you want it early. Not in there at the moment. Next text, 6:51 this morning. Didn't want to text late. They never ended up scheduling it. They typically do. So there you go.
Oh, so you would have just stolen it.
I'm not really sure what this. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't know.
It's in the back end, and we wouldn't have tweeted anything or anything like that. So I was just trying to be helpful to Kirk.
There was no way they were going to give us that pod before it went up.
No, it was. Oh, you mean like they
If I had reached out to Eddie or
Mikey Fowler or something?
Oh no, not personally, but they would have scheduled it in the back end. I've done it with other interviews.
okay,
Yeah.
So KMarko, who is the biggest enemy, as I've said, in the history of the Kirk Minihane show, not in the history of Kirk Minihane, probably Murchison, Shirley, I guess, are probably above him. But KMarko is, huh?
I would think so.
But it's close. I mean, KMarko isn't. Everybody watching this knows the backstory. We don't need to get into the backstory, right? I think everybody knows.
I would assume.
Okay. So he's been gone, MIA for like a year. This happened like last June, I believe,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Right after George Floyd, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So that all happened. Tries to get us fired, tries to fuck us over. Really try. I mean, and by the way, this wasn't new to us. He tried to fuck us over with Albright. You want to go listen to KMarko? You want to listen to a great interview to listen to what a shithead KMarko is? Listen to us when he came on to talk about the Andrew Dice Clay thing.
Yeah, was he involved in Albright? I thought the first thing was Dice.
Maybe Donald Trump Jr. as well.
Because I thought Chaps was obviously more to blame for the.
Yeah, but I'll put him in there. I'm sure he didn't help.
All right.
But go listen to the old Andrew Dice Clay one. It's unbelievable. I remember he was like, really before everyone knows the thing about the Zonker blog, but Andrew Dice Clay said that he thought Michael Jackson was innocent.
Yeah.
In an interview with us, he said that. And Steve put it in a blog post, and he spiked that. And go listen to the interview and back and forth, and you listen to what an asshole this fucking guy is. He's the worst person on earth. There's nobody worse than KMarko. I have no sympathy for him. He went on, so he goes on Dave's podcast, Portnoy's podcast. He hasn't been on for a year. I don't talk to anybody. And I hate him more now than I did before. Like, I was getting mad running this morning. I was like, hey, I can't believe how much I hate this fucking guy.
You didn't feel any sympathy for him?
No sympathy at all. He's a fucking fake. He's a fraud. He deserves nothing. He should have been fired a year ago. And there's nothing to do with people who still think something to do with cancel culture. Remember Kevin was saying that idiot? It's nothing he can't do his, if you listen, he can't do his fucking job, which Dave realized later on. To his credit. So KMarko goes on there and just like fucking does his whole pity party act for an hour.
Well, you got to remember, I thought he had a point about Dave not calling him. And he's only had like 15 months to react to it. So you got to remember that he hasn't had a lot of time to think this over.
I don't like Dave owed him dick. And he's kept his job. And as he said, he's making the same money he's making. He doesn't owe him anything. He owes him nothing. He should have fired him.
Not just making the same money he's making. He made sure he had equity in the company.
Right. He should wake up every day and thank Dave. Honestly, thank Dave. There's no other boss, including me, who fucking keeps everybody. It's amazing. So I don't know what jumps out at you guys the most. Where you want to start?
There's just so much. We could start at the beginning just to add some context.
I said just listen to the whole thing.
I know it's long. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
It is repetitive.
Too,
He's a fucking. You forget how stupid he is too, and like he's not an editor.
Well, my big takeaway was he's using the exact same points he used on the phone with you,
right?
Like it's a script.
Right.
He's a robot. Like 3 mistakes in 13 years or whatever.
And this wasn't a mistake. Like but we all know this wasn't a mistake. This was an act. Like this was. He was trying to fuck me over. It failed.
The Trista thing that he kept referring to, I guess, would be a mistake.
And I'll be honest, I just don't care about that. So it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to people watching. I don't know. I don't even remember it. Trista was something crazy liberal.
Remember that Steve? Like, why did the Nets hire Steve Nash because he's white or something?
Oh right,
like that?
yeah. Which I don't know. Like I'm not with Dave on that one. They can post that shit. What does it matter? Then you dump on her. Who cares?
Yeah, it was just at a time they kept referring that it was like right after George Floyd and all that, and they didn't want any racially charged.
But they were on the right side of that PC argument, though. Trista.
I know it's a tough one because it goes against like don't do the political shit. Right. So I think that's where Dave was coming from.
Right. Sure. If there's a mandate and he violates it, so whatever. Fine. So KMarko goes, I can't even start wherever you want, Dave.
I was getting the vibe there was an agenda to what you were letting get through, which is why I made the switch.
Do you have more than there's two things, right?
There's those two. I also feel like there was.
I mean, there's 110 blogs that go up every day, and
but
it was just.
I mean, when KMarko's mom was giving birth to him, was there a nurse just bashing her in the stomach with a baseball bat? Like, why is he so stupid? Why is he so slow?
Not even that, but the arrogance to still think he's right in that situation.
Well, he talks about my thing. It's unbelievable. Like he doesn't think he did anything wrong.
He doesn't think he did anything wrong, and
if he calls it a mistake, he's so fucking. It's amazing. It's amazing.
And he thinks there's some injustice that he's kept his job while doing nothing. Like there wasn't a moment where he said, all right, I had this editor-in-chief job taken away. Now I really need to prove my worth here. Instead he does, Dave said, what, one blog a week or one blog a day?
One or two.
He's like, some of them are number one. It's like you're doing literally the DJK could do.
But I've
Like he does, like, you know, he does like who's the
big blogs.
He does.
He has like a hot, like whatever. Here's a hot 18-year-old on some, like, you know, which he does best, honestly. I mean, he's looking at the older ones now. He's all the way up to 18.
That's pretty good.
Whereas like, you know, when he does that and like it gets views, like fucking congratulations, a 14-year-old could do that.
I don't know. Dave pulled some audio that I think is pretty good of what he's been doing on Instagram.
Oh, in the past, yeah.
Jesus, all right, keep going though.
The Zonker one was such a red flag. Like, what? In what world would you ever think that would be published?
But that's why I talked to you about it.
But what would even make you ask me about it?
So hold on. Now that's the great question.
Yes.
So the answer to that is, of course, they were corresponding, the two of them before that. We all know. I'm not talking about Dave and Keith. So this was an attempt to try and make me look bad and paint me as a racist while all this is going on, and sending it out. As I said, it would be like if EEI had said to Murchison, "Yep, go ahead. Like write whatever you want on WEI.com. This is the floor is yours." I'm surprised they didn't. The floor is yours, and go and like it happened. And you can ask Dave. When I talked to Dave and Keith that day, I said, keep it up. I don't want it down now because might as well just fucking keep it up there and make him look like an idiot. I have no problem. I mean, the thing is so poorly written. The guy's a Martin Riesler, is that his name? Yeah. Such a moron. It doesn't even matter. Like, he's so undisciplined compared to Murchison that it's like, you know. But you got it. What were you saying?
The thing that KMarko was not getting, that I thought Dave made a perfect point over and over again, was that Dave trusted KMarko.
He's the editor.
So if I texted Dave and said, "Hey, you mind if I put this Zonker blog up?" He'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking?" Because he hates me. Keith, he trusted. So he said, that's why I didn't question it, because it's something that didn't make any sense to me. But if you think it does, then go for it.
Well, think of it in the old sense as a newspaper. The owner of the newspaper puts trust in the editor-in-chief. Like,
right, he doesn't read every article.
Correct. They don't, and Keith is all over the place because he was telling us that he thought it was funny, and now he's telling me he didn't think it was funny. Read it. There's no attempt by Zonker to be humorous in this thing. Like, that's not his attempt.
If you want to use that argument, that he thought that Zonker was a character on the show. Let's say Cullinane writes a blog today about how you're a cunt, which ties into last week's thing. Even that, a Barstool reader would be like, what the fuck?
Why is it?
I don't understand.
Correct.
This.
Of course. No, this was an attempt, and Zonker... KMarko hated me. We hated each other. I mean, I hate him so much I can't even put into words. Like, I'm so happy. You know, I'm a mental health advocate. I'm so happy. He's faking anyway. I'm very happy if he's miserable. I want nothing but misery for the rest of his fucking life.
Listen,
he's a horrible, horrible human being. And honestly, like, shame on Eric and Dave for not firing this asshole a year ago. And especially today, I'd be like, this guy works for fucking, you letting this guy do this?
Well, he did a lot of stuff for Erica. He kept mentioning that. I don't know if you
like
heard that.
what?
I don't know if you heard that.
I don't know. Maybe Erica's friends with him and they're fucking bad-mouthing me or something. I have no idea, nor do I care. But like, it's just, I mean, keep going. This guy's such an idiot.
And there was an element of you and Kirk not liking each other. So it's like, wait a minute, is that why? Because to me, I'll go to my grave. There's no way that could ever be allowed on the site. I know what you're saying. Like, I said yes, but to me, it's, well, you wouldn't ask me that. Like, what? It was such an obvious no. You couldn't even ask something like that.
Yeah, in retrospect, I would have never posted it. Yeah, sure. A year later, I thought that. Yeah.
So that's
again, he's only had 15 months to work on this answer.
I mean, I would bring him on again. We've slept. I mean, we destroyed him a year ago. I don't even want to go over it again. It gets me fucking insane. But like, he has no. I think he's just an asshole. Like, I don't think there's any. And by the way, there's a reason why nobody has his back there. I think everybody knows he's an asshole.
He seems very smug. Oh, the answer he gave to Eddie at the end, Eddie made some joke about Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
he was like, "You think this is a Ben Simmons kind of thing?" And the arrogance with which he sneered at Eddie, like,
Eddie,
"Oh, he's just a piece of gum on his shoe."
I think he hates me.
Do you have ill will towards anyone else?
Sounds like everybody.
I wouldn't say ill will. No, I just here gonna do my job.
So it's like a Ben Simmons kind of thing?
Yeah.
See, I thought he was like crying almost.
There's tears coming there.
It sounded very cunty to me.
I don't know who's in charge of that studio. I want that tear from that desk sent to me. I'm serious. And I just want to look at it and fucking lick it and just laugh.
Freeze it. Like
fucking laugh.
I'm not pouting still.
That's the other thing. He pouted like a fucking, like he did when he went on with us. He just, his whole thing is like, I'm not going to argue because I know I'm wrong. So I'm going to play this pouty bitch angle.
Yeah.
And he's a bitch. I mean, that's all he is. He's a little bitch.
The whole time, like the I know Portnoy has called me a woes me guy, and over the last year, I've reflected, and there's times where he's right. But listening to this, I wanted to like reach out to him and be like, I'm not this bad, right? Like you have to admit, I'm not like this.
I'm not sure he'd agree.
Like it was.
I'm not sure he'd agree. Also, Dave,
I don't think he would.
I don't
But
really know each other a long time, but Dave would like the Jesus. Does he hate me? Yeah, he hates you. Get over it. He's a fucking asshole. You should be happy he hates you.
it is weird that he wouldn't admit it though.
Yeah, but
And he wouldn't admit he hated anyway. You could at least go in there and say, I hate Kirk because it happened because of him.
Is there any other company on planet Earth where you could make that amount of money, have that much equity, fuck up that bad,
Not have to
and still
do
be able-
anything.
and still be able to make pretty compelling content because of it? You know, like if he...
no, I mean, no. I'd say professional sports out the content part. Guys fucking suck at their jobs and fuck up and get paid because they have guaranteed money all the time. But no, I mean, this is, like it's amazing to me he still has a job. I give Dave, I guess, credit, I suppose, for loyalty. But boy, and this is even because I hate the guy. After that interview, I've been like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
Get the fuck.
I actually don't even think Dave should be. I think Erica should be, to Mike's point. He just completely threw Erica under the bus.
Did he? I don't even.
Yeah.
Not threw her under the bus, but he kept saying, like, I do all these things for Erica. Why didn't she defend me?
Yeah, here's the cut.
And you didn't know the stuff that I did every day, but Erica did, because it was all stuff for Erica. So I don't know why I don't know why no one at any point had my back.
Because you fucked up, like, purposely. Like you didn't fuck up. You didn't fuck up. Where you fucked up was it backfired on you. You tried to fuck over somebody in your company, and it fucking backfired spectacularly. You really tried to fuck us over. I mean, you can. I was texting with Steve this morning. Steve knows better than anybody. So does Mike. Like, this guy fucking hated us.
Yeah.
It was the position I told everyone was going to happen. I told before it was going to happen. He was going to try. I still remember that day where that blog came up, and somebody, I think Steve texted to me. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Called Dave, and Dave didn't even understand it, meaning Portnoy.
Right.
Like, he didn't, like, who would have his back? Like, how on that?
Well, I also think he's wrong. I think someone did have his back, and that's why he's
Still has a
still
job.
here,
Yeah.
doesn't have to do anything, and is going to be a millionaire
Right.
when fucking Penn National re-ups their deal.
And where he's such a disingenuous fuck, and this is where if I was Dave, I'd really be pissed, is like, Dave was basically like, oh, like, you didn't have my back last summer when I was in real trouble? And,
what?
and
What
KMarko,
was
this
that?
cunt. And by the way,
What the heck was that?
I love Portnoy, but fuck Portnoy. Like, I had his back last summer.
Right.
I had his back big time last summer. But that's okay. But KMarko, like, what are you talking? He's a fucking phony fuck.
Was
Go
that
ahead.
last summer? Was it Freddie Gray? Is that who that was?
I mean,
We're
So
bashing
you're
me.
like almost in a way what I was mad about when like no one had my back when everyone said I was racist. In a weird way.
I don't remember that, but that sounds, yeah.
I mean, like,
It's one of the biggest things that happened in the company in the last year and a half, I would
he
say.
works there. He knows very well.
Yeah.
He kept his mouth shut, A, because he was probably pissed at Dave at the time, and 2, he's a big liberal.
Yeah.
And he's friends with these other assholes, and like that's how that company. And he's probably still friends with those assholes. They're assholes at the company. There are people who are good people at the company. They're assholes. He happens to be an asshole. But Dave, like, I guess credit. Like I said, I would have lost my mind right there if I were him. I'd have been like, now you're fucking just being an asshole.
You're lying.
You're just
lying.
flat out fucking lying.
Or you're so narcissistic that you blocked out an entire summer where there was racial tension in the country,
No
and
chance.
your boss was at the center of it for a minute.
Yeah, but he keeps referencing how much racial tension there was in the country while he was in charge of it, and how hard
That
it
he's
was.
very aware of.
Yeah, so
He's very aware.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was basically it on the Erica.
Yeah,
stuff.
what else?
They just moved it. But there's it's so repetitive. I mean, he brings you back up again
Under
here.
no circumstances in any world we've ever lived in did that blog.
That was stupid. Well, I can't do one thing stupid.
but it.
Hold on.
It was so,
Hold on. Like you can't do something like that. That's stupid. Like, no, you like, it's like Kevin Cullen or Jason Blair saying that you're a fucking editor and you worked with somebody to try and fuck over somebody at your company and hurt the company like at a crazy time in history. No, you can't. Like as an editor, you can't do that. I can't believe they let him blog. Does he have? I wonder if he has. Does he have to send it through Coley first?
I would think.
Oh, yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so I mean, I would say no. That's not a mistake. Like, that's not a mistake.
That's the thing. So the Trista thing, he could chalk up to a mistake. And there was something else they referenced. I forget what it was.
The
but they
Trista
were,
thing he said was just lazy because he was on the beach and he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't. Read
Great
it.
defense.
yeah, well, it's not a good defense, but it is okay if that happens once in 12 years.
Yeah, but
the thing with you was
hold on,
obviously
Mike,
malicious.
That's after the thing with us, though.
Exactly, which
so-
is my point is that he did a malicious thing wrong. I forget what the third thing was that they mentioned, but then so then Dave's like, well, I can't trust this guy's judgment anymore.
All right.
Might fold under questioning.
And of course, yeah. And he didn't trust him, which was the correct instinct. who could trust this fucking guy?
Right.
Listen to him. He's a fucking liar.
So stupid and so out of left field to me, it made it feel like Kirk was the reason you did it, which is a very bad place to be as the editor. That's how I felt.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, the thing is, he
really defended himself.
He hates me so much that he can't even deny it, though.
Yeah.
Like he can't because that's.
Well, he denied it. He said he doesn't hate anyone.
Right, and he hates me. I hate him.
Yeah.
And he's mad that nobody reached out. Who was going to reach out to him for what purpose?
Well, Portnoy, I guess, to say we're removing you as.
No, but he's saying nobody at the company reached out to him while he was like struggling.
His friends,
like,
or
he fucking really fucked up. Like I don't know what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, he didn't think it was that big a deal.
No,
Obviously.
I mean, if he wants, I'll call him every day and tell him I hate him and he fucking sucks and I hope he gets fucking fired. I mean, if he needs to hear from me every day, I'm happy to do it. And by the way, I see every time he tweets that Minute fans go crazy on him. If you fucking stop doing that, I will kill myself. The show will be over. You better not fucking stop because it drives him fucking crazy. That I do know.
All right.
Jesus. What else, Dave?
Yeah, it's more woe was me to Mike's point. And
I was waiting to have a conversation. I assumed I was suspended. I didn't assume it was just over.
But
I assumed it was a suspension, and then you were gone during those like 2 weeks after. You were like back and forth. I didn't have a chance to talk to you. I was like waiting in the office each day, and then in that time, I read a Deke Zucker tweet about your podcast quote, and that's how I found out about Coley.
Okay. I admit that I think I said it.
Dave,
you don't.
Oh, go ahead. No, keep going, Kevin.
You didn't know the stuff that I did every day, but Erica did.
Okay.
Because it was all stuff.
Okay. Yeah. The stuff he did every day.
Yeah. Well, so that's the only. I'm curious what you say to this, just because the only slight defense I would have for him is if he is so important that he has equity in the company and all that, then he probably should have gotten a call. This is why I made the decision.
No. Nope. I got. They should just be fucking. They should just be happy. He should be happy he has a job.
I would agree with that.
Honestly, there's not even an argument. Like, what's Dave? So if it felt better if Dave had been like, hey, you know how you are aware that you fucked up and I'm going to fire you. I'm firing you or whatever. Like, he didn't even get fired. It doesn't work.
That's the thing is he still has.
He
He's gonna be a millionaire. He doesn't have to do anything.
It's a perfect fucking scenario.
Yeah, he doesn't work. He just blogs about whatever. Fucking Travis Barker or whatever his name is, marrying whatever. Like, that's his life now.
Yeah.
And he
you know
sucked.
what it is? He got so arrogant to be in such a position of power. You say it all the time with like Joey Zarbano. Like David said this before the meeting. He got so arrogant that when he got embarrassed in one moment, like everything switched.
Yeah,
like
and
a flip.
He fucked with the wrong show. I mean, the bottom line, like I'm not putting up with that shit. No fucking way. And I'll never ever. Like I have a much better relationship with Barstool than I did a year and a half ago. No question. Dave, Erica. Great. Everybody that matters, great relationship. A guy like that, though, when I say, because he tried to fuck us over. Worse, he tried to fuck like Mike and Steve, and like he was just a dick about it.
And he was just a cunt to us.
Yeah, he was just a dick, and he thought he could, like he would never challenge me, remember? He'd always bully Steve about it or you on Twitter.
I tweeted something.
Steve shared those emails last night. I was cunty in those emails.
When something came up with KMarko, all I said was comment and tagged KMarko. Like, do you have anything to say about this? And he went off on me. Like, you piece of shit, you fucking idiot, all that. And it's like, well, where's this when Kirk has you on the phone? You fucking loser.
Yeah, he just takes it. So, I mean, it's like, I have no, like, I can't tell you when I hear how much I hate this fucking guy. It's incredible what an asshole he is.
I'm surprised he didn't come off as a sympathetic figure to you in this.
Well, I mean, look, I'll never forgive him, obviously. Like, I'll always hate him. But he had a chance to save his, I mean, he's getting destroyed. Forget our guys, like, all over the place on social media.
Oh, Reddit is just burying him.
I mean, how can you not when you hear that?
It would be like me complaining about I chose to leave. Like if I was made a millionaire and had my current role where I come in here twice a week and have fun, and I would still bitching about Barstool, like that's what that would be like.
It is crazy.
It's insane.
And now where are you at now? I just
to not be fucking thankful.
You say you don't hate me.
No, I don't hate you.
I mean, what level are you working here? Like at what? Like
I'm trying to. I was not. I haven't been comfortable here. I mean, I was off last week for my sister's wedding. I was gone. The week before that, I've had the #1 blog of the week like 3 weeks in a row.
Fucking he's like 40, right?
I don't know. I don't know how old he is.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
fucking loser. Telling Dave, like I've had the #1 blog the last couple of weeks.
Pretty cool.
Great. What has he blogged about?
I have no idea.
Fucking girl, some college girl or
football,
something.
maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like great, awesome. You could get that. You could get somebody to do that for for $10,000 to work at Barstool. Literally. Go fucking do a headline grab. I mean, that's what he's doing now.
And why is it so hard to come up with more?
He had a week off for his sister's wedding.
Yeah.
Fantastic. A whole week for a wedding. But like, remember, this guy took a year off to write a fucking book about bartending. But nobody bought.
Here's what we're not focusing on enough. He had a week off for his sister's wedding. It's been 15 months.
Right.
The rare weekend off is not the issue.
Well, he's been doing like Snapchat. He's been doing some Instagram stories, stuff like that.
Oh, he has that. I mean, he talks about that, right?
Yes. But you want to hear one of his Snapchat videos?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Face down, ass up. That's the way that it's actually safest to during the pandemic. At least according to Swiss sex workers who are trying to reopen their brothels, get tourism going. They said that reverse cowgirl and doggy style, two safest ways to have sex. Fellas, if your girlfriend cares at all about society and being a decent human being, you're getting out a missionary tonight, boy. Let's go.
All right, I'm good.
Sounds very natural.
Wow, can't lose that. I want to fire him.
I imagine him wiping the sweat off his brow when he's done. Like, ooh, that was a day's work.
There was only 2 on Instagram, by the way, videos like that. So I don't know why he said.
Well, the
he's
stories
doing
go
more.
away,
Yeah.
Dave. I'm sure there were thousands.
If he had said, "Hey, listen," in this thing, if he had said something, listen, I really fucked up. Like, even if he had said, "Look, I tried to fuck Kirk over. I tried to, I would have been like, all right, I kind of respect that. He's being honest, but he can't do it."
Yeah, or at least you'd go off on him.
Of course.
Sure. But at least, so my thing is, if I'm a Dave Portnoy Show listener, the whole time I'm thinking like, I don't get why did Dave? He made 3 mistakes in 12 years. Why the fuck is Dave so mad? Because KMarko has no acknowledgement of what he even did. Like, it's never even said, really.
Well, it was just
And he has like this thing where he's like, "Well, I texted you back and forth, and and like that's not the point. Like, you don't even."
No, he's blaming Dave. He thinks if you do some little truth serum, he thinks it's Dave's fault.
Yeah. I don't even know if he thinks that, but that's what he's trying to
portray.
Yeah, and nobody believes him. No. And now he's just irrelevant. But he's getting paid, so I guess does it really? I don't know. Does it really matter?
I wonder what he did. So was he helped build the blog by being the editor in chief?
I guess. I have no idea. Because
I never really knew.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I always thought of Kevin as the guy who ran the New York side of things more than KMarko.
Maybe put some of his family money into it or something. I have
no idea.
Yeah, I don't know if he has family money or not. I know nothing. But like, it's very strange, and like he's so unbelievably unaware of how dumb he sounds. That's the thing. Every time you talk to him,
and he thinks he's smart.
Right. I remember talking to him on the phone that night when we fought after this thing. And at one point in the middle of the conversation, he's like, did you just call me a Jew? And I was like, what?
Oh, I don't remember that.
No, this is my phone conversation with him that day. He's like, you just call me a Jew? And like, is he Jewish? I don't even know.
Markovich?
I have no, so I don't even know.
I don't know.
But I didn't. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, forget it. No, you didn't. Forget it. I didn't mean that. I don't know. I was like, are you trying to like build like this what are you doing? I didn't
you think you're being recorded now?
Yeah. I'm like what
you wearing a wire?
Like, what the fuck are you talking? When you talk to him, he can never finish a thought.
No, it's very strange. My favorite part of the interview, though, I know I bring this up every time we hear Eddie's voice.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear Eddie in I would like Eddie to have like 3 scenes in a break, like where he's interrogating Jesse Pinkman and that kind of a show. Like at the end when he asks his questions, he goes, "I got no more for this guy."
Yeah, Eddie seemed uncomfortable. But he did the right thing. He got out of the way and let Dave and Keith work it out, I guess. But I also got no sense from Dave that like there's any real remorse at all. Like I don't think he feels bad about how any of it was handled.
No, well, Dave made the right decision.
Right. I know.
He was very aware of that.
Yeah, but I don't think, because I think Eddie was like, you going to try and reach out to him again? He's like, no. Like, why would I want to, what am I supposed to do?
Again, the remorse would come as if he fired a guy who was there from the start of the company. He kept him.
Right.
And is making him, am I exaggerating that? He's making him a millionaire? I know they referenced that.
Yeah. I mean,
it's $3 to $5 million.
He has equity coming his way eventually. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
which is wild.
I think that's the most loyalty I've ever seen that I can think of.
And Mike and I were talking about it before the show too. Gaz brought up a good point. He was like almost threatening Dave to fire him at one point.
Gaz had a good shit stirring
Here,
moment.
like in the middle, he was kind of like, "Well, you could take away my tenure or something." He didn't say fire, but he went to that level, and it's just kind of like, "Well, just fucking quit."
Yeah.
At that point.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, right at that point, like if you're so upset, quit. Yeah. Like I said a year ago to these guys apart, if you're that upset about this horrible racist who once quoted a rap lyric, then fucking quit. You can go somewhere else. Those guys are lighting the world on fire now, right? So go do that.
It's strange now that he goes into the office and does, and I don't know what he does, but I'm only going by this podcast, that he does nothing while he's there.
And he just sits there and like has a sad face on or something?
I guess.
He must.
That's what I'm to assume.
Writes 1 or 2 blogs a week.
Why is he even going to the office?
I don't know. He said, he kept, by the way, I don't know if you caught this. Was he trying to like make us feel bad for him that COVID happened?
Yes,
he kept saying like for health issues, I couldn't come into the office. It's like, is that specific to you?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, he has. I don't know how that works. Yeah, I don't. I have no idea. Maybe he's got some health issue. I have no idea. If he does,
go ahead.
If he does, he does.
Yeah.
If he does, he does. He seems like a really healthy guy. He seems really happy. So
is that right?
Look, I mean,
I couldn't see the picture well. People were comparing him to my body type.
I didn't think he looked that fat. He looked like a fucking idiot, as always. I mean, the guy's just a fucking loser. There's nothing else. I mean, he's just, it's a corpse being dragged around there. And like, I'm glad, like he always does. He went on. I'll give him that. He went on with Dave, went on with us.
When I saw that tweet, I did not expect this.
Neither did I. I thought it was going to be like, I don't know what I expected.
I thought it would be a little more joking around, a little more fucking energy. Like, I didn't really know that this was always KMarko, that he's always like this.
Every time I've dealt with him, he's been like this.
Yeah.
A fucking asshole. Like, every single, like a whiny, pouty, arrogant asshole who's like, yeah, you could play your game. It would do with us like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to play a game to get some attention, or you're trying to get your fan base riled. That's okay. It's like, well, no, I'm not. You're a fucking idiot.
Well, also, that might not be a bad idea for Keith to start doing.
No shit.
Get people a little riled up.
I remember the Donald Trump Jr. thing. He spiked. He's like, I hate that asshole. It's like, well, great, okay. And Andrew Dice Clay, and it's like, what the fuck. But anything else from him at all?
No, it's all just so repetitive. He didn't say anything else of note.
Unbelievable.
But you did. I do recommend watching it versus listening to it. It's a different feel. Did you listen or did you watch?
I listened and I watched some of it. Like I saw him. He was definitely trying to cry at the end of the. He wasn't capable of doing it, but he's trying to make people. Like he's had he's like Nelson Mandela. Like he's had some struggle or something.
Oh, you think? I thought it was the opposite, where he's trying not to cry.
Oh, whatever it was. Oh, you think so? I don't know.
I think he was genuinely getting emotional.
I think he's just a fucking phony. I
haven't been pouting.
It's But like Dave, I don't know. Like they just keep these guys no matter what. So,
I will say this: I always thought kind of Dave says that just like kind of like, oh, I haven't talked to him in a long time, and it's just kind of like casual. He doesn't really mean it. He's checked in with people. They have literally not spoken.
No, I don't think they have.
A year and
months.
change.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm sure they were never. I don't know how close they ever were.
But he was like the 5th employee.
I know, but
and they talked enough. Just KMarko checking in with things.
But Dave's not like a particularly like friendly guy.
Yeah,
not in a bad way, but he's not a chattering guy.
Well, you heard he sent the analysts the analysis of the blog. So they used to have that correspondence.
Right. KMarko makes it sound like he was like building the fucking atom bomb or something.
As I think Dave pointed out, like doesn't the website do that for you? Like he's putting together facts and figures.
He clicked export.
Well, he's a guy who had a job that he probably shouldn't have had ever anyway. It was early on, and he kept the job when it was way over his head.
He said to you guys in an interview last year, didn't he? Like he doesn't even like writing.
Yeah,
something he says he's not qualified for it.
He doesn't want the job.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you whining about? All right, well, say goodbye to YouTube then.
Okay. So long, everybody.
Fresh from San Diego, California, comes the only sunglasses I'm ever going to wear